Good morning, everyone. A very good morning to all of you and welcome to Cars Explained. कैसे हैं आप सभी दोस्तों? आज के Cars Explained के इस एपिसोड में we will be discussing about disc brakes. In today's episode of Cars Explained, my dear Munna, we will be discussing about disc brakes. Okay, so let's start this session. As I can see already a couple of students are live. Good morning Ritik, good morning Nani. So guys, this is how a disc brake looks. ठीक है ना? This is how a disc brake looks. है ना? Just take a good look. Like this is your disc brake in a car. है ना? Like I have taken this image and I have edited it in the best possible way. So this is how a disc brake looks. ठीक है? Now this is the actual placed disc brake in a car. एक कार के चक्के के अंदर में ये डिस्क ब्रेक एक्चुअली में प्लेस्ड है. यू कैन क्लियरली सी हियर इन दिस पिक्चर लाइक दिस इज द व्हील एंड दिस इज द एलॉय एंड इनसाइड द एलॉय देयर इज दिस रोटर एंड दिस कैलिपर एंड दिस इज द एंटायर डिस्क ब्रेक असेंबली. ये पूरी की पूरी डिस्क ब्रेक की असेंबली कार के चक्के के अंदर पे लगी हुई है. दिस इज द डिस्क ब्रेक रोटर ऑन अ मोटरसाइकिल व्हील. ठीक है ना? यू कैन सी द ऑरेंज alloy wheel and I hope you can able to understand the brand, है ना? Recognize the brand. That is a KTM motorcycle. So you can see this caliper here and this rotor here and this is a disc brake on a motorcycle wheel. ठीक है? So guys, there are two very good companies that makes disc brakes and they are very what do you say? They have established a brand in creating disc brakes and these two companies are Nissan and the other one is Brembo. Like Brembo is the number one company in the world that makes disc brakes. ठीक है ना? And the other company is Nissan. I think Nissan is from Japan and Brembo is from Germany. I think, I cannot say for that for sure. ठीक है? So that's that for that. But let's just start and discuss what are disc brakes and how they function. So before we start, we will have to understand a very basic principle. हमें एक बहुत ही बेसिक सा प्रिंसिपल समझना पड़ेगा फ्लूइड मैकेनिक्स का. ठीक है ना? You all might have already studied this principle. आपने पहले ही पढ़ा होगा. And the principle is Pascal's law. ये जो प्रिंसिपल है ये अपना पास्कल लॉ है. And we studied Pascal law in 9th standard. 9th standard में हमने पढ़ा था. Then we again studied it in 10th standard. Then we again studied it in 11th standard. Then again in the physics of engineering. Then again in fluid mechanics. So these are the most basic laws out there जिनके basis पे बहुत सारे mechanical electrical components work करते हैं. ठीक है? So guys, first of all let us understand what is Pascal law. So Pascal law basically says that pressure exerted anywhere in a contained incompressible fluid is distributed equally in all direction through the fluid. What is the meaning of this? It simply means that if I take a very small particle, if I take a very small atom here, this atom will be exerting pressure in all direction. This atom will be exerting pressure in all direction as well as it will be receiving pressure from all direction. But the best part about this is that in case of a compressible fluid, incompressible fluid, ऐसा fluid जिसे हम compress नहीं कर सकते, in case of an incompressible fluid, this atom will exert equal amount of pressure everywhere. हर तरफ समान pressure exert करेगा और उसके ऊपर समान pressure आएगा भी. ठीक है? Equal amount of pressure will be there in all direction. Now let us take a very good example. ठीक है ना? Let's say that this is a container. ये एक container है and if I want to find, like let's say there is a person standing here inside in the container at the bottom of the container. Let's say this is point 1 and let's say this is point 2 है ना? Whereas another person is there inside this container and this is point 2. And this is our free surface. ये अपना free surface है. This is our free surface where we say that the pressure is equal to the atmospheric pressure or as represented in this case P0. This is our atmospheric pressure. ठीक है ना? Now we know that as we go down inside this tunnel or as we go down inside this cylinder, the pressure will keep on increasing. अगर मैं आप लोगों से पूछूं, if I will ask you that at which point, if I will ask you at which point 1 or 2 the pressure will be greater, at point 1 or point 2, at which point the pressure will be greater? Well, your answer will be, sir, point 1, है ना? Because point 1 is basically carrying all this volume of fluid over its head. At point 1, the person standing at point 1 will have huge volume of water above its head. Yes. So guys, at 1 the pressure is going to be definitely more, है ना? And we know that with respect to height, the pressure keeps on increasing. As we go down inside a fluid, the pressure goes on increasing. And as you can see, this is height h. This is height h. And if this is P naught, so the pressure at this point is equal to P naught plus rho into GH. The pressure that is there at this point plus the rho GH. Okay? Now, if I take, let's say, one more point, and let's say this point is here. Let's say this is point 3. And if I will ask you, what will be the in between point 2 and point 3, which point is going to have a greater pressure? अगर मैं आपसे पूछूंगा कि point 2 और point 3 के बीच में किस point पे ज्यादा pressure होगा, and I am saying that these two points are on the same plane. ये दोनों जो हैं एक same plane पे हैं, ठीक है? These two points are on a same plane. एक plane है ये. So these two points are on a same plane, and if I am asking you that in between these two points, which point will have the greater pressure? Exactly, Ritik. Beta, on a same plane, P2 will be equal to P3. If these two points are on a same plane, then the pressure will be equal, irrespective that whether these two points are coinciding or not, or whether they are at a different location on these two planes. अगर मैं इस प्लेन पे कोई भी पॉइंट ले लूं, यहां ले लूं, यहां ले लूं, यहां ले लूं, unless and until it is on this plane, it is on this section, every point on this section is going to have same pressure. This is Pascal law. यही तो पास्कल लॉ है ना, कि कहीं पर भी किसी भी पॉइंट पे अगर जो प्रेशर एक्ट कर रहा है वो हर जगह से समान है, और अगर प्रेशर सिर्फ हाइट पे वेरी करता है, तो अगर दो पॉइंट सेम प्लेन पे सेम हाइट पे हैं, कहां से सेम हाइट पे है? फ्री सरफेस से सेम हाइट पे है, तो दोनों में प्रेशर क्या होगा? सेम होगा. Now let us take another example. एक और एग्जांपल लेते हैं. देखो, I am giving you these examples so that I can explain the concept of disc brakes in a better way. ठीक है बेटा? अब मेरी बात को जरा ध्यान से सुनिएगा. अब देखिए, अगर आप यहां से यहां तक देखेंगे तो सेम फ्लूइड है. This is the same fluid, है ना? A same fluid is there. Single fluid. Now if I take this point and if I take this point, and I am saying these two are on a same plane. Let me mark this as point 1, this as point 2. है ना? What can you say about the pressure at point 1 and point 2? What can you say about the pressure at point 1 and point 2? Come on, tell me guys. Tell me. If I am saying this is a U tube and the liquid or the fluid inside the container is same, and if I am saying, yes Ritik, absolutely beta, absolutely true, the pressure at point 1 and point 2 will be same because they are on the same plane inside a same fluid. ठीक है बेटा? I hope you all are getting my point. Now suppose I take this example. Let me zoom this for you. Suppose I take this example. Now you can see, like, if I consider this plane, now in this case, let's say this is here, this is point 1 and here it is point 2, है ना? So what can you say about the pressure at point 1 and 2? Now there is a difference na, like the left hand side vessel is thinner and the right hand side vessel is thicker. एक पतला है, एक मोटा है, और दोनों में फ्लूइड तो सेम है. The fluid is exactly same in both of these, right? Now what can you say about the pressure? If I am saying point 1 and point 2, what can you say about the pressure? Tell me everyone. Yes, exactly Pramod. Beta, the pressure is going to be same in this case also. अगर ये दोनों same plane पे हैं, if these two points are on the same plane, the pressure is going to be same, irrespective of the thinner or the thicker vessel. Thin रहे, thick रहे, इससे फर्क नहीं पड़ता. Thin रहे, thick रहे, इससे फर्क नहीं पड़ता. Pressure same रहेगा. So guys, with this one concept only, the disc brakes are designed. With this one concept only, the disc brakes are designed. Now let us understand the concept here. Now you can see this is one container. This is one piston cylinder arrangement. यहाँ पे एक piston cylinder arrangement है. This is our piston as shown in the figure. This is our piston, है ना? And inside this piston there is a hydraulic fluid. This yellow color thing that you are able to see here, this is a hydraulic fluid. Okay, this is a fluid, an incompressible fluid. This is an incompressible fluid. Now the difference is that the piston here that you see, है ना? This piston here, this piston is thinner in section, है ना? This is a thinner section. This has a less diameter, or I can say the area, the cross section area, let's say is A1. It is less. Whereas this piston has an area A2. Okay, this piston has an area A2. Okay. Now please check this out, है ना? These are the two cylinders and piston arrangement, and there is a hydraulic fluid which is connecting both of them. Now clearly see this, है ना? If I take a single plane, let me just take a single plane like this. If I take this single plane, है ना? That on this single plane, my dear students, the pressure acting at this point will be equal to the pressure acting at this point. Let's say if this pressure is P1, this pressure here is P2. So I can say that P1 is equal to P2 with respect to the principle of Pascal's law, or the, समझ में आ रहा है मेरी बात को? I hope you people are able to understand my point, है ना? I hope you people are able to understand my point. The pressure will be same at P1 and P2. If they are on a single line, they are on a single plane, the pressure is equal to P1 equal to P2. Now guys, let's say that if I apply a force F1 from this piston, अगर मैंने इस piston से एक F1 force apply किया, if I apply a force of F1 from this piston, then I will definitely experience a force F2 on this piston. And if P1 and P2 are the pressure on both the pistons, and A1, A2 are the surface area of both the pistons. Okay, I know that pressure is equal to force per unit area. Pressure is equal to force per unit area. So P1 I can write as F1 upon A1, and P2 I can write as F2 upon A2. And we have already established the fact that P1 is equal to P2. P1 भैया P2 के बराबर है, ये फैक्ट तो हमने ऑलरेडी एस्टैब्लिश कर दिया था. And now I can say that F1 by A1 is equal to F2 by A2. F1 by A1 is equal to F2 by A2, or I can write that F2 is equal to A2 by A1 into F1. F2 is equal to A2 by A1 into F1. ये तो मैं कह सकता हूँ, ठीक है ना? एंड आई कैन क्लियरली सी कि A2 अगर बड़ा है, अरे दिस इज A2 माय डियर मुन्ना, मेरी बात को जरा ध्यान से सुनना. गाइस, एवरीवन प्लीज लिसन टू मी वेरी वेरी केयरफुली. इफ A2 is greater than A1, this entire value is greater than 1, then I can say that F2 is definitely greater than F1. F2 is definitely greater than F1. Now, sir, what we can understand from this? But the simple thing that you can relate from this is, that if let's say you want to lift a very heavy object like a car, you can apply a very less force from here, and this fluid is going to multiply that force with respect to the area of this section. If the area of this section is bigger, the area of this section is less. So by applying a very less force, you can generate a very large force here. And can lift a car. I hope you people are able to understand my point. Guys, the simple meaning is this: by applying very less force, you can generate a large amount of force. ठीक है ना? That is the power of this hydraulic fluid, the principle of physics, the principle of fluid mechanics. Now let us understand the disc brakes. So guys, basically, if you know, है ना, inside our cars we have a pedal. Inside our motorcycles also we have a pedal. So just consider the pedal on this side and the wheel on this side. In order to stop the wheel, we will use this principle. We will apply a very small force F1 on the pedal and we will generate a very large force F2 on the wheel, so that we can stop the wheel using the principle of fluid mechanics via a disc brake. ठीक है ना? These are the very principles that we are going to use. चलिए, तो आइए let me just explain this thing with the help of a video. मैं आपको एक वीडियो के हेल्प से इसे एक्सप्लेन करता हूं. This software ये तो मेरी जान लेगा. This software will take my जान. चलो 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 चलो. Okay everyone, let's just watch this video, है ना? And through this video I will be explaining you that what is going on, and we will try to understand the mechanism behind it. Okay, so I'm going to play the video. Now as you can see here, a wheel is rotating, है ना? As you can see here, a wheel is rotating. A wheel is rotating. Now let me just select a pen. So inside this wheel you can see here, this is the disc brake. This is the disc brake, है ना? You can clearly see here the disc brake. Now let me just resume the video. Okay. Now I am showing a dissected version. Every other component has been dissected. There is a wheel hub assembly here. There is a wheel hub assembly here. This is the disc. This is your caliper. This is your wheel, and these are your nuts. ये आपके nuts हैं, ठीक है? Let me just play the video once again for all of you. चलिए, as you can see, I am mentioning this brake caliper assembly. This is the wheel. This is the lug nuts. Okay. Now this wheel hub assembly. Just watch the video and you will be able to understand everything. This is the disc rotor. This is our caliper. ये कैलिपर में ब्रेक पैड्स हैं, ठीक है? These are the brake pads inside the caliper. ये कैलिपर के अंदर लगे हुए ब्रेक पैड्स हैं. कैसे फंक्शनिंग होती है, क्या होती है, डोंट वरी ना. आई विल एक्सप्लेन ईच एंड एवरीथिंग टू यू गाइस. You just don't have to bother about anything at all. Just watch the video and leave everything to me. Now you can see this caliper, it has a piston. The caliper has a piston. This is the piston. It can move to and fro. You can see the mechanism here. So this is how everything fits. And this is how it is rotating, right? Now you can clearly see in this video, I am trying to show here that this is the fluid coming, है ना? This is the fluid coming. The hydraulic fluid is coming in this chamber. The hydraulic fluid is coming in this chamber, and there is a piston here. And what this piston will do, this piston will move forward. It will press the calipers inside, and there are pads here or brake pads here. these brake pads will bite the disc like this. The disc is rotating, it is a metallic disc, and these calipers, on as the force is applied or as the pressure is applied by the hydraulic fluid, the piston inside this caliper will press the blades or will press the disc like this, and the disc will stop. Okay, now watch the video and you will be able to understand everything, and then I will be explaining each and everything in detail. You can see the force is getting applied, the calipers moving. I am showing from the top. This is the moving. These are the calipers. And as the fluid gets in, pushes inside the piston, okay, let me just show you one more video where you can get a better idea. First I will show you everything and then I will explain everything to you guys. Okay guys, this is our entire assembly here. ये अपनी पूरी की पूरी assembly है. This is our entire assembly where you can clearly see this is the pedal. This is the brake pedal. Okay, so as soon as this brake pedal is pushed, see what happens through the video. I'm sorry, but my software is a bit laggy and that's why घटिया software. यार sorry. देखिए,
and reduce the effort in braking.
Now you can see as the pedals are pressed, है ना? As you can see the pedals are pressed, the wheel is stopping. As the pedal is pressed, the wheel is stopping. As the pedal is pressed, the wheel is stopping, है ना? Now basically what is going on here? Now at the back of the pedal, at the back of this pedal somewhere here, try to see what is happening on, है ना? Now this is the pedal. This is the pedal on your screen right now. This is the pedal on your screen right now. This is the pedal, and beside this pedal, this is one container, है ना? This is one container, and this is called as a master cylinder. This is called as a master cylinder, or the bigger, smaller cylinder piston arrangement. And inside this we have brake fluid. Inside this we have brake fluid. ठीक है ना? The brake fluid that the mechanics say कि यार अपना brake fluid check करा लीजिए. That brake fluid is the hydraulic fluid which is basically going to function everywhere. ठीक है ना? The brake fluid is the hydraulic fluid which is going to function everywhere. So let's just watch the video further. Now you can see the assembly here. There is a spring action here. Like when we press the pedal, this spring has this piston inside, है ना? This spring is connected with the piston, and as this piston is pressed, as this piston is pressed, as this piston is pressed, the fluid inside the master cylinder, the brake fluid inside this master cylinder, yes, you can see here very clearly that there is a fluid inside this master cylinder, and this is the piston. And as the brake pedal is pressed, the fluid inside this master cylinder, the fluid inside this master cylinder is also getting pressed. The fluid inside this master cylinder is also getting pressed, and this very same fluid flows into the entire system. This very same fluid flows into the entire system. Okay, and as I have already shown you, everything is connected. So the fluid, it flows from these pipelines. This compressed fluids flows from these pipelines, as you can see here in this section on the video. Here, this is the pipeline. The compressed fluid from the master cylinders flows from this pipeline and goes inside this brake system. And I have already shown you that brake system. Let me just play that video for you so that now you can get a better idea. Now you will have a better idea that what is going on. That this wheel was rotating, and as soon as the brake fluid comes, the brake fluid applies pressure on this piston, and this caliper, due to the brake fluid, this caliper will move, or the piston inside the caliper will move, and it will bite the disc. Okay, now you can see this clear. This is the coming hydraulic fluid, and it is compressing this cylinder. You can watch this in motion right now. You can see the caliper moving, and it is biting this disc. So the disc is connected with the wheel. So if the disc stops, the wheel stops. Okay? If the disc stops, the wheel stops. If the disc stops, the wheel stops. Okay, na? Because everything is connected in a single part. Now I will try to show you that on an Indian car. So just try to watch this video. Okay, na? Like this is the disc brake. The video is not that clear, but I hope you will enjoy the video.
Okay, go ahead.
Now you will see the disc is this, the caliper is this, and they are connected on an axle. Now everything is rotating because the engine is supplying power. अगर यहाँ पे एक wheel होता तो wheel भी rotate करता. Now we will start applying the brakes, है ना? We will start applying the brakes, and you will see what happens. This disc, due to contact with the pads of the piston, the caliper here, ये जो caliper है, caliper के अंदर जो piston है, these pistons are trying to stop this disc, and now you will see, due to the heat generated, this disc is going to get red hot. Due to the heat generated, the disc is going to get red hot. So we are basically accelerating and braking at the same time. You can see completely worn out. Okay. So this is how the disc brake works. It is a very solid system. It is one of the most advanced brakes that human beings know. Beside air brakes are even better. That comes in aeroplanes. But this is, yes, the best kinds of brake available out there. So now you know how disc brake functions, and now let us just see. My software again crashed, cannot do anything for that. Don't have a better software than this. चलिए. Now you can see, like I have mentioned here, that although the disc brake is a very important component as far as the safety is concerned, but many Indian cars like the Indian manufacturers, earlier they used to provide disc brakes on all four wheels, but nowadays cars jo hai, they don't have all disc brakes on all four wheels. Okay, like they are cost cutting and they are giving stuffs like music systems and airbags and features है ना, which are useless. Like people, they can roll down their windows है ना, but still there is a power window. There are four motors in every window so that people can feel the comfort inside a car. But beside comfort, there is a very important aspect, that is safety. I mean, if we have better mechanicals in a car, a better engine, a better brakes, better suspension, that would give us extra comfort, extra safety, and at the back of mind we will be relieved. But nowadays, Indian manufacturers, they have stopped giving disc brakes on the rear wheels, which is very dangerous. Like real wheels are really, they require disc brakes, but to cost cut, the Indian manufacturers nowadays are not providing disc brakes on the rear wheels of the cars. I will show you some examples which have all four wheels disc brakes, like the Kia Seltos that is just launched in the Indian market. It is a very successful car. I have also bought this car. This car has all four disc brakes. You can clearly see in this picture, like this disc brake is visible here, there is a disc brake visible here. Hai? So in Kia Seltos, all four wheels have disc brakes. Even in Mahindra XUV 300, Mahindra has provided all four disc brakes. So these are highly potent cars, है ना? If anybody is buying a Maruti Brezza or if somebody is buying a Hyundai Venue, just please ask them to buy the XUV 300. It is a better mechanical car, it has a better engine, it has better brakes, and if somebody is buying an SUV, full-fledged SUV, just ask them to go for the Kia Seltos. So guys, that will be all for today's videos. है ना? And I hope you people have understood the concept of disc brakes, and I will definitely see you in the next class. If you have any doubt, just write it in the comment section. I will clear your doubts, and just tell me what more future videos on cars explained you want, what are the topics you want me to cover on cars explained, and I will cover those topics for you. Okay guys, so I hope you will like the video, and please hit the like button, share this content as much as possible because it is going to benefit all those engineers out there. So guys, with that note, I will be ending this video. Let me just do this part. If you like these videos provided by us and if you want to prepare for GATE and ESE, I would highly recommend you go and join the Unacademy Plus subscription, where you will be getting live classes, crash courses, weekly test, doubt solving session, English Hindi batches as well as rank improvement batches. In the Iconic subscription, you will get all the benefits of Plus. Along with that, you will be getting a personal coach, study planning sessions, study booster sessions, personalized test analysis as well as preparatory study material. And guys, Plus subscription, these are the subscription fees, and for Iconic, these are the subscription fees. But please remember, if you will use the code MMM10, the subscription fees will go down by 10%. ठीक है ना? सब्सक्रिप्शन फीस में अगर आप 10% डिस्काउंट चाहते हैं तो यूज द कोड MMM10. This is the GATE 222K batch where Devendra Negi sir is taking thermodynamics at 6 p.m. Approved sir is taking engineering mechanics at 7:30 p.m. and I am taking manufacturing at 9 p.m. So guys, with that note, thank you for watching this lecture or this interesting video. If you feel like, just give me a like and share this session, and don't forget to subscribe this channel and hit the like button and notification so that you get future notifications from us. So bye bye, take care.